Have you ever felt like everything was going perfectly? She smiles, she speaks softly. She makes you feel special. But somehow, something feels off. Suddenly, she changes. Cold. Silent. Distant for no reason. And you ask yourself, what did I do wrong? Here's the truth. Maybe you're being tested. Yes, she's testing you without you even realizing it. Most men have no idea. They think the relationship is flowing naturally. But behind that gentle smile lies a complex psychological game. A game she'll never admit, yet always plays. Why does she do it? Why do women test men, even the ones they claim to love? And what's scarier, how can they do it without feeling guilty? Here's the truth few dare to say. Women don't always test to destroy you. They test to see who you really are. Are you a man of strength, or a man ruled by emotion? Do you lead the relationship, or follow her emotional waves? But make no mistake, her tests aren't sweet or harmless. They can be subtle, but deadly. She wants to know, will you stay calm when she's angry for no reason? Will you chase her when she pulls away? Or will you stand firm, showing her that her mood can't shake your core? Because behind every cold word, every long silence, every sudden shift in attitude, there's a hidden message. Show me who you really are. Let's break it down. There are 3 main reasons why women test men without telling them. First, she wants to feel safe. It sounds soft, but her method is harsh. She wants to know if you can handle her emotions, if you'll stay centered when she tries to knock you off balance. In her mind, if you can survive her emotional storm, you can protect her heart. But here's the problem. Most men panic when they're tested. They beg, explain, overreact, or try to fix things. But what she's looking for isn't explanation. It's calmness, certainty, masculine composure that can't be shaken. Second, she wants to see if you respect yourself. This is the most dangerous test. She'll start pulling away, making you feel her absence. She wants to see, will you lose yourself trying to win her back? And that's where most men fall. They start begging for attention, sending long messages, saying things like, I just want you to be happy. But in her eyes, that's not love. That's weakness, because women aren't drawn to men who give up their dignity for affection. They're drawn to men who know when to walk away, even when their hearts are breaking. Third, she wants to see if you can control yourself. She'll create situations that spark your anger, frustration, jealousy. She wants to know, will you explode or stay composed? Can you stay rational when your emotions are triggered? Because in her eyes, self-control is the highest form of strength. And losing control means you're not ready to lead. If you notice these signs, don't ignore them. This is the start of a long, silent game, a game that can either elevate you or destroy you. She'll begin with small things. Not replying for hours, testing your patience. Then she'll test your confidence, maybe by mentioning another man or making you slightly jealous. She's not doing it to hurt you. She's doing it to see if you're confident enough not to be afraid of losing her. And ironically, the moment you fear losing her is the moment she starts losing respect for you. But beneath it all, there's something darker. A test can turn into manipulation, and that's where most men get trapped. She knows you love her. She knows you don't want to lose her, and she begins to use that as a weapon. Every time you speak honestly, she doubts you. Every time you pull away, she comes closer, just enough to pull you deeper into her game. Without realizing it, you're being trained to obey her emotions. She doesn't want your explanations, she wants your strength. But if you give her full control, she'll slowly lose attraction. Because women can love a man they respect, but they can never respect a man they can control. Now, listen closely. These tests don't always mean she's evil or manipulative. Sometimes it's her subconscious way of seeking security. But make no mistake, it's still a test. And if you don't recognize it, you'll fail before the game even begins. Many men think, if I'm patient and nice, she'll love me more. But patience without boundaries isn't love, it's weakness, and a woman will always test your boundaries until she knows where you truly stand. Here's the bitter truth. She doesn't test you to see if you love her. She tests you to see if you can lead her. Because to a woman, love without safety means nothing, and safety comes from leadership, not obedience. She'll challenge you, she'll criticize you, she'll grow cold and distant, not to destroy you, but to see if you'll remain a man when everything feels unfair. And here's the most painful truth of all. She never intended to break you. But when you fail her tests, she loses admiration. And when admiration dies, love follows. She might stay. Still smile. Still say, I love you. But inside, something's gone. You're no longer the man she once respected, you're just the man she can control, and from that moment, the relationship begins to rot from within. No screaming, no warnings, just distance, growing silently until one day she's gone, and you never understand why. Now you know the secret. She tests you not out of hate, but because deep down she needs to know you're strong enough to lead, protect, and stay calm in chaos. But most men fail, because they try to prove love instead of proving strength. So next time she turns cold, don't panic. When she tests your patience, stay calm. When she tries to make you jealous, smile. Not because you don't care, but because you understand the game now. Remember, these tests aren't meant to destroy you. They're meant to shape you into your strongest self. But if you keep failing them, she'll stop testing and start forgetting you. Now you have two choices. Stay blind and keep suffering, or wake up, understand the psychology behind it, and take back control. Because in the end, relationships aren't about who loves more, but about who understands the game better. And when you can read her tests calmly, you won't just win her heart, you'll win yourself. So next time she goes silent, distant, or unpredictable, don't react. Smile, look into her eyes, and let her know. You've already passed her test. Now you know the secret. Stop complaining that women are complicated. Learn their language, understand their mind, and use that knowledge to lead, not to surrender, because a real man isn't afraid of tests. He smiles, because he knows every test is her hidden way of saying, I just want to know, are you truly worthy of me? But the story doesn't end here. Because the truth is, a woman's tests don't stop once you pass. They continue, not because she doesn't trust you, but because her love thrives through challenge. A woman who stops testing is a woman who no longer cares. They only test men who still hold potential. And this is where most men misunderstand. They think testing means hatred, when in reality it's a sign of hope. When she provokes your emotions, it's not just about you, it's about her, wanting to know if she's safe by your side. Not physically safe, but emotionally. That you won't collapse every time a small storm hits. But there's something deeper than all this. Women don't just test your strength, they test the purity of your intention. Do you love her because you want to possess her, or because you truly value her presence? Sometimes her test comes in silence. She doesn't speak, doesn't reply, gives no explanation. And that's where a real man is tested. Will you force an answer, or stay calm and give her space? Because women don't seek men who always have the answers. They seek men who can face uncertainty with calmness. And in that moment, you can clearly see the difference between a man who's mature and a man who's fragile.